H for this wonderful introduction. And I really idolize him. He's such an extraordinary man. I mean, Triple H, what a great athlete, what a great wrestler.
That's right.
But then he steps into the business and now helps run the WWE.
Yes.
I love when athletes are able to go and bridge over and do something else. Let's give him a big hand for the great job that he's doing.
Yeah, baby!
As a promoter, as a health advocate. And I want to say thank you very much to the WWE for giving me this great honor and inducting me to the Hall of Fame. All the wrestlers that they have said that they dreamt their whole life about being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. But I have to tell you honestly, not in their wildest dreams did I ever think that I ever will be inducted in this Hall of Fame. Not in their wildest dreams. I mean, I dreamt about being the greatest bodybuilder of all times. I dreamt about coming to America, to this great country, the land of opportunity. I dreamt about becoming an entertainer, an actor, and entertaining millions of people around the world. I dreamt about being a public servant, to serve the state of California and be governor of this great state. I dreamt about all of those things, but not in the wildest dreams that I think about that I will be inducted in this Hall of Fame. So I want to say thank you very much. I have been always very passionate and love professional wrestling. I was a little kid already. I remember there was a guy by the name of Otto Wanz in Austria who was the great champion, and my father would take me to the wrestling matches. This was at the time when I started really falling in love with the idea of having a muscular body, being big and strong. So even though that you've heard that I idolized Reg Park, the three-time Mr. Universe who played Hercules movies and so, but I also idolized professional wrestlers. Just want you to know that I love that this guy, Otto Wanz, really inspired me. It was one of the inspirations why I got into weightlifting, into bodybuilding, into powerlifting. And then later on, when I became the European champion and I moved to Munich, there I was the manager of a gymnasium.
What?
And whenever the professional wrestlers came into town to Munich to wrestle, they always trained in our gym. And I trained with like 20 of them, the best wrestlers. And we had the greatest workouts, pumping each other up. And then when I won 2 Mr. Universe titles, I came to America, and the Mr. Universe competition I entered in New York. There I won my 3rd Mr. Universe competition, and guess who was the head judge? Bruno Sammartino. I couldn't believe it. That he is the greatest professional wrestler. He was the champion, and he was the head judge. And I remember him coming up to me and says, do a double bicep pose. And I hit the double bicep shot. And he says, show me the most muscular. And I did the most muscular pose and everything. He says, well, he says, I'm the head judge. For me, you're number 1. I'm going to vote for you right now, number 1. So he was the one that helped me win the Mr. Universe contest the 3rd time. So this is when Bruno Sammartino, who I have heard of before, I met now for the first time, and we formed a friendship. This is why I introduced him 2 years ago, when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, into the WWE Hall of Fame. And we have stayed friends ever since. And he invited me then to go to the wrestling matches, and I watched him. I've watched him wrestle, and I could not believe that this man, and I've heard about his unbelievable strength, that he can squat with 750 pounds, and he can deadlift 800 pounds. But then when I saw him in the ring, and I saw him slowly, not that swinging, where you help each other or anything, but slowly pick up a 400-pound guy over his head, and carry him through the ring, and then throw him down outside the ring. Then I realized the power. I mean, I remember I lifted over 300 pounds, but it was with a barbell. in a very organized way, with technique, with speed and all this. But there was no speed here. He lifted up that guy. A body weight when you lift, as you all know, is much, much heavier than the barbell or a dumbbell. But he lifted up that guy so I realized what unbelievable power he has, and what unbelievable speed he had, and the athleticism, how quickly he moved through the ring and did all his things. So I became such a big admirer of his. So we hung out many times together and worked out together. And so this is why it's so great. Just a few minutes ago, I ran into him again, and we talked for a while, did an interview with Sports Illustrated together and so on. So it's so wonderful to be together. This is something that we have always had. There's a certain kind of camaraderie.
I didn't want to see him.
Binds us together, bodybuilding, weightlifting, powerlifting, and professional wrestling. And I just love that. And this is why it is such a great honor for me to be here today. And I just want to tell you that I accept this award on behalf of all of those people that have been my fans, that have been the fans of the WWE, of professional wrestling. Because without the fans, we would be nothing. We wouldn't be the stars, we wouldn't make the money, we wouldn't have this kind of an unbelievable career. It is you, the fans, that have created us.
All right.
So
Go to the fans.
Thank you very much for your loyalty, for always being there and making my movie successful. Without you, it would be nothing. And the other thing I want to say is I want to take this great honor on behalf of America. Because America has shown to me as an immigrant that it is the land of opportunity. It is really the land of justice and freedom and liberty. And I am so appreciative that I was received in America with open arms. And I appreciate America so much. And this is why it was so important for me always to give something back. Because we must keep it the #1 country in the world. We must keep it the #1 country in the world. So I want to say thank you to America, that you've given me everything that I have, my bodybuilding career, my movie career, get me the opportunity to be a public servant and to run for office here in California, and to do everything like this, and even to be here today in front of you. Thank you, America. Thank you, America. Thank you, America. Thank you very much.